I woke up this morning watching your videos, and it's like that's my
That
next plan.
was your next plan of action. So tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get here? What I know you typed some things in Facebook, but can you summarize that real quick for me?
Well, it's like I don't know, something just clicked. I just decided I'm tired of being a professional employee, and I just quit. I was a professional truck driver, and they
Oh, wow.
said something to me one day. And I said, you know what, I'm done. And I've basically just been out here trying out different things. I've started like 5 businesses, haven't really followed through on any of them. And I'm just trying to stick with the real estate.
Okay,
Like I said, I've given Kiyosaki so much money, and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
I
And
see.
I mean, I woke up this morning watching your videos, and it's like that's my
That
next plan.
was your next plan of action, right? Your name is showing Diane
Yeah,
Breed. What's your actual name?
Sheena.
Tina? Oh, Sheena. Sheena.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I think I've seen it. Okay, there you go. You did type something
Mhm.
here and you deleted earlier.
Yeah.
What was it that you typed?
Which one on Facebook?
On WhatsApp.
Oh, I was just letting you know that I sent you something in private on Facebook.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I
Yeah.
understand. All right, cool. Just wanted to post there in case somebody wants to join us. You can feel free to join us. So, because I actually plan on doing
Okay.
something like this. I plan on doing something like this later. So, but since you sent me that message and it was the
Mm-hmm.
right time and I have like some few minutes to burn here, I was like, let me jump on with you because
Okay.
you sounded hungry there. I was like, you know what? That's probably gonna be a good conversation, right?
I know.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
And before I said
Uh,
anything, one of our major guy here just came in, Kerry. But anyway, so you were just putting up signs. You paid money to Robert Kiyosaki, correct?
Allegations of sexual assault. Mhm.
How much was that?
Yes. I gave or them about 30,000, and I
Thirty
just signed up with some guy.
$30,000 you paid to Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
And what did you learn from that? Even if it's one thing.
Basically, I learned about driving for dollars, bandit signs. I learned what lease purchase was. Basically, the 4 ways of entering, exiting out of real estate. You
Hmm.
know, they basically gave me a rundown of what real estate investing is, and it just said, okay, go out there and take action. It's like, but where do I get started? Like, what am I doing?
Right.
Like,
Now,
that's pretty much where I'm at.
when it comes to marketing, what else outside of, I know they shared driving for dollars with you. They shared obviously
Yeah.
bandit signs, which is what you're about to. Did you actually handwrite those things that you're about to put up? How many have you put up so far?
Yes. I haven't put any up because I'm afraid of code violation. I actually have the professional ones, but I have my real cell phone number on them. So I'm not even going to be able to use those. It's like $250 of wasted money right there. It's just sitting in storage.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now,
Hmm.
I'm gonna hang out with you. Okay, we're gonna have some fun. Just in case I get interrupted here, just I'll let you know. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So that those are the only things. What about direct mail? They taught you some direct mailing, like sending letters, right? So
Yeah, they
what
taught
what
me
list
that.
what list specifically did they tell you to mail letters to?
Uh, they said check on list source, but don't pay for it. They told me to check probate, code enforcement, tax. I think it's tax
Tax
something.
delinquents,
Um, just pretty much all the basic places that everybody else is doing.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. All right. And
So I
you
haven't
spent
I
you
haven't
spent
done that
30.
yet. Still trying to figure out.
So you spent $30,000 on this training. How many days boot camp was it? Like 3 days boot camp or something?
it's supposed to be. It's kind of hard to explain, but initially it was three days, and that was the $500 class.
Okay.
Then once you're there, that's when they sign you up for like 3 other levels.
Three
And I
other
started
level.
out with the 15,000 package, and
Gotcha.
basically only offered me 2 classes. That's like a basic class where they teach you everything all in once, and
And
then
that
there was
and that's $15,000.
Mhm.
2 classes to teach you everything all at once. But
and,
basically things you already know, right?
but when I say everything, it's not. It's like they touch on what's wholesaling and what's lease purchase and mobile home. Like they kind of touch on it. They don't necessarily say this is what you do step by step, because they
Mm,
have an actual class for everyone. Like for mobile home, they have an actual class for that.
for that.
So I've only gone. They call it momentum. I've only gone to that one and wholesaling, and that's pretty much all my package included.
Mm,
And so I thought I was paying another 10,000 for mentorship over the phone. I haven't heard from them yet. I've had a what they call accountability specialist, basically a guy I talk to like this
right.
once a week, and he's saying, "Okay, well, this is your homework." I go do that, but I still don't know what I'm doing. You're just telling me to go do something,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Wow. All right. What I want us to take from that, what I want you to take from that is just understand the value of what you're about to learn here.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to understand the value of this time, if anything. But
Yeah,
like I said, when I invited you to the group, it's a hands-on. I need 250 people that I'm going to personally take
mm-hmm.
to another level entirely. I've been in the business for a while, um, but the difference between this and anything else out there will be it's going to be hands-on. The secret of the trade is network, the right people around you. It's not about knowing everything because nobody will ever figure everything out because the rules do change. Once
Yeah,
upon a time in New Jersey, you could double close. All of a sudden, you couldn't double close anymore. There's a different way to do it now. That stuff you pick up along the way as you experience, but you
yeah,
don't pay a dime for it. The only thing you pay for it is being present in the business, being active in the business, being around people, being around the right network, having the
yeah.
right community, right? That's the only thing you pay for such things. And also, I've closed tons of deals and I haven't closed one by myself ever before. It's always been some kind of joint venture,
Yeah.
some kind of partnership with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
because you cannot, at the very minimum, you're not going to be the title company, you're not going to be the lawyer, you need all those people to make a deal happen, right? But
Mm-hmm.
even at the level of the wholesaling itself, a lot of deals you're going to find you're going to do over time is going to be some kind of joint venture with somebody. you know you brought the buyer to the table or you had the house or something like that, just collaborations like that. And it's the way forward, it's the way business is set up today. That's why you see so many collaborations on the music videos.
Mm-hmm.
You get to tap into uh, uh, each other's resources, each other's audience. Is the same reason why you see people come on each other's reality TV shows and stuff like that. And then the other thing I want to point out in regards to reality TV show is that creating things from scratch, which is basically what they're trying to do when they charge you $15,000, doesn't
Mm-hmm.
exist anymore. It's not the best use of your resources, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to do that.
Right. Because, I mean, if that was the case, sitcom TVs would still be happening. But it costs a awful lot of money to do a sitcom show when you could just put a bunch of people together and they'll start fighting and you get a free story, right? And then you have
Right.
same show and then you command the same money from advertisers on TV, right? The same companies, basically. And plus, it's a lot more entertaining, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so you got to think of that in terms of this business or any type of business. The only thing that still needs to be created is real product and stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff that don't need to be created from scratch ever again. Okay, and that includes your career. You could start operating your business right now like it's already a $2-3 million company
Mm-hmm.
just because you have partners that have been in the business,
Yeah.
right? You leverage their expertise, you leverage what they know, They're always right there. You partner with them. You have your little resources. So now what they're doing, they're all gonna be out of business soon. Very soon, by the way. They just shut down one company yesterday. Robert Kiyosaki was already in trouble in the past already for this type of deals. You know, because enough people get charged like that. Some people lose their life savings. They complain. You know, and I think he won his case because it's big, but there's a lot of little companies on the internet that charge this kind of money, $40,000, $50,000, and they get shut down eventually because, again, they are promising to teach you stuff that you can find on YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
then I mean, if you have an accountability, what do you call it, accountability specialist, right?
Right.
And they haven't called you by now,
Mm-hmm.
things like that are going to be, it's going to be a stretch because there's proof that they haven't called you and they actually took that money. It's not going to fly too long, but there's something that's going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
Real estate, it's going to be here for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
People actually paying. So you're not in the wrong business.
Mm-hmm.
Your path has been a little shady, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing where I'm still like, okay, I got this, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay. And I here's something I want to teach you, okay? There's a ton of people like you come in the game every day. How many people were in your class?
at least 40, yeah, about 30, 40 people.
In the $500 class?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many people paid for the next $15,000?
The majority of the class, there may have been maybe 2 people that didn't sign up. They
That
use,
didn't sign up?
yeah,
Wow, they're really good. We need to learn something from them.
yes, he's really good. He used the tactic of shaming and everything else. I mean,
They put all the stunts out, right? To get you
yeah,
to do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm serious. There's something to learn from them, And I want to share that with you here too as well.
yeah.
Um, okay, so let's just be conservative. Let's say about 10 people signed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the gurus are doing is this, okay? They teach you to go out there and spend time and money, okay, to do marketing the traditional way.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they are doing their own marketing is by bringing people like you into the game. Number one, you give them this money, right? They
Yeah.
use your money, obviously. That's part of their bottom line. That's part of their revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes them stay a little bit more sustainable in the business. They have like, if they want right now, they have at least 6 months worth of, from one customer, they have 6 months worth of marketing dollars,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
For sure, they're not going to be writing no tempo on no I buy houses on the streets. They're not going to be doing that.
not at all.
They don't have to. They have you to do that. Right? All right. Um so they use that as part of, well, they're educating you, okay? They're able to charge you rightfully because you bought into it, okay? Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me, they didn't put a gun to your head, you paid for it.
No, they
All the
didn't.
value, right? And you
Yeah.
paid for it. All right. So rightfully so. So but they're adding value by giving you that education. They have, believe it or not, you may not see that right now, put they've helped you've gotten through some kind of confidence level to a higher level, because I tell you, it takes for you to grab a tempo, right, and
Mm-hmm.
literally go right on a cardboard and basically be putting stuff on the streets.
Right.
That takes some guts. It does. So kudos
Yeah.
to you for that. Kudos, it is. It's a lot, because most human beings does not get this far. Okay, they stopped at the free class, the first one you went to.
Yeah.
Most people. Okay, so 1 second. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Okay, cool. All right. So can you hear me now? Right.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So it takes a lot. So and now let me give you an example. I just did a video on YouTube just now, um, about this, right? I talked about, which is basically the part 10 of the 17 series that I'm going through. The smart
Mhm.
wholesalers spend their money on hot prospects, HOT, hot,
Mhm.
right? And the old school wholesalers spend their money on attracting cold prospects. Cold prospects are basically people, um, they don't know you,
Mhm.
okay? So you have to sell them on you, right?
Yeah.
Not only do they don't know you, they don't necessarily know what you have to offer. They may see your sign and say, hey, buy houses. Hey, I was thinking about selling my house. Yeah, that's true, right?
Mhm.
So now you have to sell them through all that steps, right? But
Yeah.
the smart wholesalers, aka your gurus, Robert Kiyosaki, case in point, right? They focus on marketing to hot prospects. Hot prospects are basically people that already know they want to be in the game, but they're just trying to figure out how.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to sell them on Robert Kiyosaki. They already know who that is because he told that story really, really good in that video you saw, right?
Yeah.
So you know him. You don't have to sell them on real estate. They already know that they want to be a part of real estate. That's why they came to the seminar, right? You don't have to sell them on why real estate. They know there's money in real estate, right? They're just trying to
Yeah.
figure out how. So it's a lot more easier to sell those people on what you have to offer, which is basically how to. The difference between what I'm doing and what most of them are doing is that, first of all, I'm creating a brand new tribe and we're going to together help each other to actually execute in this business from across the nation as opposed to just in your backyard. Okay.
Mhm.
And we're going to use networking. We're going to use each other's resources. We're going to use each other's knowledge, right? But we're also going to educate people that way because we're way ahead of them in terms of, we're light years ahead of them in terms of the power of technology right now. They have a blind spot because they've been successful for years. So they have a blind spot. And right now in their head, they're going to think this is going to continue to work until the government shuts them down one day, right? But we know better. The people have the power now. When we say social media, it means the people. That's just what it means, not the technology. It means people because basically social media is powerful because people use it as a voice. Okay. So people are literally going to go on the internet and say, hey, this guy's a scam, enough noise, and then FTC is going to come in and shut them down. That's going to happen more and more unless you're actually helping people. You know what I mean? Um, I'm going to give you another example. We use Google for how much? How much do we pay to use Google?
How much we pay?
Yeah, how much do we pay to use Google outside of the internet connection? How much do we pay to use Google? It's free. And that's
Yes.
the most powerful company in the world. Facebook, one of the
Mhm.
most powerful companies in the world. We basically use it for free. But the old school entrepreneurs are still stuck on you got to charge people thousands of dollars to get
Yeah.
value. Whereas the most value you can get in this world right now today comes from two places, honestly. It comes from the internet, it comes from the people. Okay. You could literally go on YouTube, you could watch a few videos, and you could grasp the whole idea of real estate wholesaling.
Mhm.
Basically, right? Everything you learn for 15 grand, you can.
Yep.
Now, was that
I said for free.
for free? But though, they organized it. And there's a part of you that grow, right? When you pay that money, right? There's a part of you that take this a lot more serious. I guarantee you 99% of people that watch this for free on the internet, they don't do nothing with it.
Mm-mm.
So you take it a little bit more serious when you pay some money. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with charging people. I'm just saying that it's a different wave that's going to happen. And you and I need to kind of position ourselves for that. We have to position ourselves to make sure we capitalize on the next wave. Okay. So no, we're not charging 25, $30,000. No, we're not. The reason why I'm not charging that is because you're going to be helping me to push this movement forward. Our target market is wholesalers. I already explained to you why they're wholesalers. 99% of wholesalers have no business trying to hang signs on the street. What they should be doing
Mhm.
is putting their resources together and start buying and holding and renting.
Mhm.
Why do I say that? Because they will never figure this out.
Mm.
Okay. This game of real estate wholesaling is majorly marketing. That's really what you get paid for. You don't get paid for figuring out what the best contract to use, what's the loss. Well, you don't get paid for that. That's why we have attorneys at the closings.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid for bringing the sellers to the table. You get paid for bringing buyers to the table, for marketing, aka marketing. Okay, and your ability to be able to do that cost effectively is what's going to determine if you're going to win or not. So cost effectively, if you're hanging signs on the street, you're already failing at that. Okay, because your signs are going to get removed and you have to do it over and over again. And eventually you may get lucky if you're like a few people out there and you will close one. The testimonials you see, right? You may close one deal and then it doesn't happen again. And then you're like, how come it doesn't happen again? Because you got lucky. It wasn't a real strategy, right?
Yeah.
So driving for dollars, you're basically going around driving, looking for distressed properties. We don't make money from distressed properties. We make money from distressed, motivated sellers. There's two different things. Okay, you need a human being behind the house to say yes, have my house, right?
Right.
The house, writing down the number of the house is basically creating double job for yourself because you can actually find websites to download that list of vacant properties from,
Mm-hmm.
right? And but the real work is when you find the owner and getting the owner to say yes, I will sell you my house for 50 cents on the dollar. That's the real work. But the way they talk about driving for dollars is like basically there's money on the streets.
They really do.
So that's not real. And some people say, oh yeah, but I closed from it. But you're one out of 1,000 people that will never close deals from this strategy. So we want to create a movement, okay, of wholesalers that are not stuck in the wholesaling business model. Okay. We want to create a movement of wholesalers that will close a lot more wholesale deals, but also make money from educating people about what I'm talking to you about right now. They make money from that. They make money even before they close a deal. Okay? Even before you close a deal, make money from joint venture. There may be somebody in your network. So we're gonna create a chunk of networks. You have this huge network, and we're gonna create a chunk of networks under each member. And you may have somebody in your network that's interested in buying this deal. And then you create joint venture and they contacted you and say, I like that house. And then that's how you make money. And you basically spend no money on marketing, no time on marketing other than sit behind your computer, just like I do here every day and send an email. There's this
That's
property
not
available
bad.
right now, right? And then about 200 people, 2,000 people, 10,000 people see that email, and then you receive two calls and say, I like that property. Not only that, not only do you send properties to them, but you actually send educational materials to them too on how to buy right, what the numbers to look for when you're buying. So they already like you and trust you as Sheena that's always sending this material that gets us into this network. They may be part of the network as a matter of fact, right? So I'm encouraging every wholesaler to start thinking about build an empire. It's not about real estate wholesaling. Real estate wholesaling is a small subset of that. Okay. You're
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, you close like my $82,000 day, which is the highest deal I've ever closed, was luck that I created. It was luck, but I created it
Mm-hmm.
because I was present. I was available. I have all these people. I have this deal that showed up and I got lucky because I was busy already doing business. Other little businesses, you know what I mean? So you create your own
Yeah.
luck as opposed to waiting for luck to happen. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's something we're doing. So the way I'm going to bring you inside right now, I want to do like a quick demo of what the three pillars is. Okay. The three pillars is something you can execute somewhere else, except that it won't be in this network. And in which case you'll be missing the major part of why this work. Okay. But the three pillars is very simple: value, automation, and traffic. Okay. Value means you lead with value. Let me make sure that, can you still hear me, right? You still hear me, right? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
I hear you, but it's kind of
It
delayed.
was a little distorted. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So, but it's better now, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, value means you lead with value. It's basically what you see me do every day online. Okay. I teach. I share everything I know. I just continue to do that. And then all the loopholes, all the mistake, all those wholesalers that are doing all the wrong things, right? I'm just educating them like that's not gonna work. So I'm leading with value. Not only do I lead with that type of value, I show them what works, right? So that's value. That's number one. That's the first pillar. We're gonna set that up. Basically, not only that, I also sell courses, just like the gurus. Okay. So the question that people say is, okay, I don't have my own course. Awesome. You can sell mine and I'll give you some of the money. And it's all automated. Okay. So that's value, number one. The second one is automation. I just said automated, right? Automation. So how come before you wake up every morning, you get an email from me? Well, because it's automated. I'm still sleeping. How come you can go to my YouTube video and watch me while I'm sleeping? Because it's automated. This is live right now because you can respond. But you best believe that this recording is going online because I'm always thinking automation. I don't do nothing that is basically going to produce only one time. You may say no to me and not decide to do business with us today, right? But you do allow me to use this video to educate other people, do you? Yes? Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's so we're always, anything we do, we understand residual income, and you do something one time, you make money from it over and over again. Passive income, you do one time. So I shoot a video. I decided I'm going to spend some time with Sheena because my subconscious, because I've been built this way already. I'm thinking, yeah, we can leverage that to help other people, and your story can help other people as well too. You know, and then not only that, you build your brand as you go. When you do that, when you educate people. So I'm not telling people to become an expert or call yourself a brand by calling yourself an expert like a clown. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're actually learning and you're sharing what you're learning authentically, right? I'm not saying go out there and sound like Ola, who has been doing this business for 12 years. Say, you know what? I learned something yesterday I want to share with you. You turn on your little camera just like you just did in this car, and you're sharing that on a daily basis. And this and people say, if you want to follow my path on this, just go ahead and set up your 3 pillars, right? And the link is in my description, and they take on that and you start making money. Okay, even before you close deal. Not only that, the automation part of it is building your list, it's building your network, because now they have to enter their email address into a form to get the free book. When they enter their information into that form, you're building your database. We call it the list online. You're building a list of real people who are in the game, who have been following you, basically watch your video, they listen to you, right? And that's taking action right now. And these people are going to become their own network. So you're building a bigger network as well too. Okay. The bigger your network, the bigger your net worth is going to be. That's a fact of life everywhere you go. Okay. But they are teaching wholesalers to become these one-man businesses, and then they wonder why they're not successful, because you're trying to make a forest with one tree. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. If it works, you got lucky. You're going to get frustrated eventually out of the business. Okay. So now we're leveraging, building this network, building this movement together. That way you don't have to be stuck in your backyard too. There's no such thing as local business anymore. A lot of times, if you follow a guy called Ivan Kumaiko, he has a local salsa dance studio in what do you call it, in Toronto, Canada, right? But he has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He shoots all his videos in that salsa studio, and now that salsa studio is more of a tourist center in Toronto.
Wow.
Because people come from all over, they stop in town, they need to stop at his studio.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't stay in the box anymore. Your business is not just in Atlanta. Plus, Atlanta is probably too busy for wholesaling anyway.
It really is. Here. It's so saturated.
Yeah. So we got to think of your business as even a global business. You got to think of a business as a global business. We're going to educate people. First step, value. You lead with value. Videos, YouTube videos, right? I'll show you how to do that. That's all part of our training, right? The second part is automation. Again, the fact that you're using the internet, you're being automated. I'm going to show you how to set up your CRM It's called the autoresponder. It's the same tool that I use. It's the same one that sends you the email at all times of the day without me having to go there and send emails. It's just preset. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The last part is traffic. Traffic is basically people, tons of people. Okay.
Yeah.
When you are, I told the story. I don't know if you saw that video on another video. I went to this meeting. I still go to the meetings just to feel on the market to see what people are struggling with. And
Mm-hmm.
this lady was like, "Oh, there's this house right next to my house. It's vacant. It looks like a beautiful house. It'd be a good deal, but I can't find the owner. What can I do to find the owner?" Okay. And this was a panel of so-called wholesalers that are most successful around here in New Jersey. And the answers that they were giving this lady was basically still sugar-coated answers. Okay. Oh yeah, you just go and you do a skip trace. Everyone is talking about skip trace, right?
Yeah.
There's a major problem with that. You're focused on one house.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances that this is not a deal? Pretty much, this is the whole world because it's only one house, right?
A lot of time.
And you're going to be disappointed. That's what's going to happen, for whatever reason, because you're focused on one house. So you got to think in volume. You got to think in terms of volume. You got to think in terms of mass marketing. So when you go on YouTube, by even following that rule of value, online value and automation, you're already obeying the rules of traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to take that up a notch, we teach how to drive massive traffic online. So if that's something you're willing to invest in, you'll be able to invest in learning that more. Completely optional. But I show you, if you're not able to do that, I show you how to get into the groups on Facebook and start bringing some people to your videos. You do have favorite YouTube channels, do you? Don't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's almost like there's nobody I say this to that this doesn't already make sense to, like, yeah, instead of me walking one pole at a time and nailing this stuff on the pole, why can't I shoot a YouTube video, optimize the video, and 200 people will see it in the next 2 months? Why am I talking to one person at a time when the sign is going to get pulled down? When there's almost no chances that YouTube will ever pull your video down. There's zero chances.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
what you're going to learn. So right now I'm going to I'm going to share my screen with you.
Okay.
And I'm going to log in to show you, to take you through the tour of the back end. Our whole business is surrounding that, okay? Just building your network using the 3 pillars. I said network, but it's really you're building your empire, okay?
Okay.
Let's see here. Share that screen. All right. So we're gonna go to my empirepro.com/3pillars. The maximum investment here, I think the maximum investment is really, okay, I'm already logged in actually. Let me just log out just so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is what it looks like. All right. So I'm going to log in. This is what 3 pillars look like, right? I'm gonna log in. Once you set up your account, you'll be able to log in just like this. As you can see, it's pillar 1, 2, 3. And then we have the 4 core commitments. Okay. Um, I've basically oversimplified. Okay. The only reason why this may be complicated is if you don't watch any given video, at least 3 to 5 times. Every single additional time you watch it, you learn something new. And they're all short videos. Okay. I think this one is 7 minutes. So setting up this one will explain what the first pillar means. I already explained it to you here, but you will also be able to understand that more here. And then here you'll be able to look over my shoulder and set yours up, basically.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's that. Pillar number 1, done. If you need a note to watch how I do step by step right here. And then some of the passwords that you'll be creating accounts and things like that. Just print this out and write your passwords and stuff if you need that. I would just save that on my computer. But but some people may need to write things down. That's what that is for. And after that, you simply go to second pillar. So the first pillar is basically you will create a license to be able to sell my product, to sell the three pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we pay $25 for everyone you sell. You see how you pay $47 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So typically I don't spend the time I spend it like this. This is a one-off. Okay. You will basically watch a video. It will make sense to you and you'll pay $47. Okay. When you pay $47, I'm the first video you're going to see will say clearly it's worked because you paid the $47. Right. So now I want to show you how to make $25 from sharing this with other people. So you're building your network. You're sharing this with other wholesalers. Again, why wholesalers? Because wholesalers are going to eventually, the ones that will be in the business long term, will eventually be buying houses. Okay. You too, you will eventually start buying houses. You will build your own portfolio of rental properties. That's obviously everyone's goal, right?
Yeah.
So want to get people doing that as soon as possible, as opposed to them waiting for a $20,000 day that would never show up for most people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, in the midst of doing that, as you're sharing this with them, every time they buy this, you make $25. Okay. So in order to do that, you will see this instruction to create your license. It's to give you a special link. You share that with the world. You share that on the groups. You share that under your video descriptions, that you'll continue to share more of your knowledge with the world. When they sign up for this, you're making $25 on the go. Now, there's more money in that, okay? You go to second pillar, you set up your second pillar, okay? When you share that link, you're not building your list yet. But second pillar will allow you to set up your own CRM so you can start building your list. That way you can set up automatic emails, the same one that you get from me all the time, right? That way you can broadcast to your list on demand. That way you see a property in the network somebody is trying to sell, we all advertise our properties together for each other. How's that?
That's fantastic.
All right. So I don't know, did they sell you a bias list at the program?
No.
Okay. Some other program will actually sell you a bias list.
Okay.
Anytime somebody sell you a bias list, you should be skeptical because anyone can create a list and sell you that list.
Yeah.
The best list is the one you built from people that watched your video, that were interested, that actually enter their information on your page. This page for me creates about 60% of people that comes to this page, my empirepro.com, 60% of them enter their information, and I can prove that, and it's right here. Let me take that out. So this is what I use to track it, actually. This is all the stuff you'll be learning on the go. You don't try to learn it on day one. You learn one layer at a time. You're just not waiting until you finish learning before you start making money. Okay? You see this right here? Let's see. Right here. This is this page, right? See 60%, 64%. 60% of people that land on this page right here, which is the same page that I give you, okay? 60% of them will click on this and download the book.
Yeah.
Okay? So when they do that and they decide, if some of them decide to buy, you're making money as you go, okay? And you're building your network because they're now on your list. Either they buy or not, they're now on your list. That's a wholesaler that's now on your list. Either they buy that product or not. Not only that, as you build your list, you can sell other affiliate products to them that's related to the industry. Do you know who Clever Investor is?
I think it's not a book.
His name is Clever Investor. He's a guru too in the industry.
Oh, okay.
He offers, you can grab his link, you can create an affiliate account and you can send it to your list. Anytime somebody buys, you make some commission, you keep that.
Oh, okay.
Just so you're making money without closing deals yet, but you're building this list network of people, of buyers, of sellers, of people that know how to generate sellers, of people that will have deals. If you have, you can even send to your email. If you're a wholesaler, you have deals to sell and you can't get rid of it, let me know. Fill out this form.
Okay.
You create joint venture because you understand the game of building a list. Okay. Now I've seen a guru out there who has like 1 million subscribers, maybe not 1 million, maybe like 100,000, right? And he actually did a video, okay, He did a video to tell people you don't need to build a list. Remember, he has 100,000 subscribers. Okay, so the oxymoron, right? So,
Yeah.
so people don't pay attention to what the gurus do. They just listen to what they say, okay? Because they are almost like a mini god, okay? So that's the second pillar. When people click on this, and they land on this form and they fill this out just to get that book, this thing right here is basically the second pillar. That's how you set yours up, okay? Not only do I do that, on the second pillar here, all you have to do, I have something called the link generator here. If you click on it, once you create your own account, second pillar, you can use this form to create your own form that will build your own list that look exactly like mine, okay? But it's to build your list and not mine, okay? So if you want to build your own pages too, that option will be there, okay? The third pillar, like I said, is traffic. So remember, value will lead with value, right? That means you're sharing information for free, but you're also selling information, right? That way you don't have to wait until you close a deal to make money, okay? Second pillar is automation. That's pretty much the customer relationship and management software, okay? And that's where you build your list. And again, this video explains all of that in details, okay? And I think that's your face right there.
Yeah.
That you, right? Okay. So, all right. So, the third pillar is driving traffic, okay? So, right here on this three pillars maintenance video, I'll share with you a simple basic how to shoot videos and things like that. Basically, anyone can shoot a video and put a video on YouTube. But in addition to that, if you do decide to become a mastery student here, which basically will qualify you for more commissions, okay? Up to $2,500 commissions for bringing people through here. You will understand all that through this video. It's optional, but it's there, okay? When you become a mastery student, you will learn how to optimize your videos for better traffic. You learn how to drive traffic to it on demand if that's what you choose to do, right? And you learn how to pace yourself as well too, based on the resources you have, okay? Now, here's the key thing to all of this, okay? That's basically the tour. The 4 core commitments is a video that you basically want to watch every time you get lost in the middle of all this and you're trying to see how come something's not work. You're probably missing one of the 4 core commitments, okay? Here. All right, so I was sharing this with you, basically. So the 4 core commitments is basically I will build and I will lead with value, okay? Our second core is I will build my list, network, and relationship with it perpetually. That's basically the automation part. Okay. So perpetually means it never stops. And one of the major problems with the business is that they give you all these marketing strategies that basically make you stop because you run out of time or you run out of money or you run out of your spirit, your hope,
Yeah.
they basically put you in a position that makes you run out of those things naturally because you're human, right? We're going to use automation to even there are going to be days you don't feel like, but the emails are still sending out. Okay. And on the days that you feel like, you set up some more emails to send out multiple days ahead, and just automation. And also the third one is I will build and attract massive traffic, as I said earlier, right? The fourth one, this fourth commitment is I will read Empire Lifestyle Secrets 10 to 15 times. The reason why I say that it's a 200 pages book that I wrote with all my ideas in there. But these are the ideas that you're going to communicate with the world in your own way. And that becomes unique content when you do that. So the reason for 10 to 15 times because it becomes second nature to you. It becomes part of who you are. It becomes part of your values, right? And then it becomes very natural for you to talk about it in videos. You had your own story. Like, believe it or not, you going on the road and trying to put all this in, it's going to become stories that you get to leverage later. Because when you tell people, they can relate with you, they can see that you've been through that, you've tried to do that, and you basically know what it takes to try to do that, and they can relate with that, and that makes people want to connect with you and say, what are you doing now? And then you basically want to bring them into your own network, into your own list. You want to bring them into your horizon, and you build that network. They start building their own network too. Their network become part of yours, and it just allows you to do a lot more business. Okay, so two things. You're gonna bring education to this marketplace. Okay. You're gonna
Mhm.
build. You're gonna build a network. Okay. And the deals, all the deals will happen naturally through all that. The good news is that this is a network of wholesalers, people that will have access to deals. You will have access to deals too. You will have a deal. I will basically have a deal come on my plate and it's in Atlanta, and I'll be like, Sheena, can you help me go check this out? That's the kind of network we're trying to build.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
that's that. So that's the three pillars is $47. So anyone can get in that. Some people will upgrade, which means you make a lot more money. Some people will not. That's okay. Maybe they will make you money on the back end through deals and things like that as time goes on. But everybody needs to learn this stuff. Okay, we call it the attraction marketing
Mhm.
because you're not chasing anybody. You're basically giving people what they need, what they want, right? And
Yeah.
there's a ton of wholesalers out there struggling. There's over five. I'll show you once you come on inside. Eventually, because I'm still trying to build. I'm going to build a WhatsApp group to 255 people, and then I'm going to do like a live session with all of us on like this. A lot of us on, and then people are going to be telling their story, and then we're going to blow up from there. So it's basically whoever is there at that point in time that will benefit from that because the plan is that they will use the same module that I used to build this to build their own, and then we'll build a huge network and ecosystem where we just do deals from anywhere in the nation. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
the idea. So instead of me going out there and just selling my own courses and just selling them $15,000, say, you know what? No, let's keep it affordable. Let's
Mhm.
keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
You're here because I know how to market. That's how you got here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically duplicating that and then turning that into a movement and then helping every individual do that without them having to go create their own separate three-pillar system,
Mhm.
without them having to go write a 200 pages book from scratch. You know, you get to basically leverage everything that I already have in place here, and that's why I'm doing it.
Mhm.
Any questions?
No, you pretty much covered it all.
Okay. It's simple. It's three pillars.
Yeah.
If you're lost in anything, just say, "Hey, let's dive in." I think I'm lost at the second pillar. Let's get into that. That's why I broke it down like that, so it's easy for you to basically soak it in. But
Mhm.
this is all you need to build a business. Okay. The major difference between this and everything you might have learned out there is the network, building your list, building your network, and
Mhm.
creating an environment where you can do joint ventures. It's the best use of your marketing dollars and your time to build that.
Mhm.
Every time you put a sign up or you send a letter out, I call that you're creating a dead connection, because even if you create a connection and somebody, if that person doesn't do business with you in that moment in time, you just lost them for life.
Yeah.
But if you build a network online, people may not do business with you on day one, but they're still connected to you.
Mhm.
So I call that the living connection. So that's something that I'm teaching more and more, and you can see that we're not gonna stop. So
Yeah.
yeah, no questions. You got it. You sure?
I mean, like it seems pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward, right? That's what we want. We want to keep it simple, so that
Yeah.
when you bring people in, you don't have to, you don't have. You could just share this video with them, right? Somebody said, you just share this video with them and they will take it from there. So if I were you, I would just go ahead and go to my empirePro.com/3pillars. I would just start going through that so that by the time everyone start going through that, you're like ahead of everybody and you're already getting set up. You could get going right now, because what I just did with you is basically what I'm going to do with everybody on the group later, right?
Mhm.
So if you want, you could get going right now. I'll drop the link in your chat for you. And I'm very accessible. You can reach me anytime. The point of this is not for me to become a god. And you can did you get a chance to handshake with Robert Kiyosaki?
Nope.
Yeah.
Just saw him on YouTube for the first time. Like,
Yeah. It's not gonna happen. Okay. That's
yeah.
not my goal here. My goal is to turn you to your own guru. Okay,
Mhm.
because you're gonna build your own network. You're
Yeah.
leveraging everything I've built, but you're gonna be building yours. So
Mhm.
that way I'm not overwhelmed. It's as simple as somebody asked me a question and said, who brought you in? Oh, talk to them if I'm too overwhelmed, But I
Yeah.
want to be accessible. I want to do events. I want to bring people together, but I want to be accessible, not, become some overly God guru that nobody can touch. I'm always
Right.
going to be accessible to you. You can reach me on Facebook anytime. You can text me. I mean, you basically have my phone number. That's why we're on WhatsApp. So,
Oh.
so anytime, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, I do want to make sure I cover your questions because you seem a little shy.
I'm just very, very quiet, which is why I kind of also have a problem with networking. Like that's not one of my strong suits.
Oh, okay. With
Yeah.
networking, well, the old school networking, basically you're networking with people that never asked for it. Now we're talking to wholesalers only.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
That's,
talking to wholesalers. Would you like to close more deals? Yes. All right, go sign up over here.
yeah.
And then they watch my story, you know, and then they
Mm-hmm.
can say yes or no. It doesn't matter to you because you already moved on because you know how to drive massive traffic. One of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons for massive traffic is you have choices, you have options, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're not needy. You don't need anyone really,
Yeah.
right? So you get good at driving traffic. You get good at sending people through a link. And the networking part of it is because you are for real network with a lot of people because you have all those people on your list as
Yeah.
opposed to the actionable, network. Hi, hello, my name. No, no, we don't do that. We do that only when it's naturally makes sense to do that. Like when I go out to event, people come up to me and say hello because they've seen so many videos. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we're trying to do with you. So you don't have to worry about you going up to them, right? When I go out to events, I have my card. I don't volunteer my card to people. I don't say take my card like they teach you at the events. They say, oh, yeah, good network, give your card. No, no, I don't volunteer my card. If you ask for it, I do have it.
Yeah.
But I will ask for other people's cards because you know what? Because most people want to give their cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only giving them what they want, which is they want to give me a card. You have a card? Anyone will say yes, right? But if I go to you and I say, here's my card, you're like, oh, Lord. Then you throw it in the garbage
Right.
on your way out, right? So
Yeah.
so I don't volunteer my card. Is this, this is the same knowledge that I teach when I'm in a position where I have to counsel people on relationship. We don't volunteer. I don't volunteer my name unless you ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, what's your name? You tell me Sheena. I was like, nice to meet you, Sheena. If you ask me for a name, then I say, yeah, my name is Ola. But I don't volunteer my name either.
So you sound like me in a sense.
What was that?
I said you basically sound like me in a sense. I'm not giving out any information until you ask.
Yeah, unless you ask. Because if you're not asking, you're not interested. So I only talk to people that are interested. That's my point. You know? So our networking is because we put out advertising because Facebook allows us to do that, YouTube allows us to do that. And then you bite when you feel like it's for you. If it's not for you, I don't get to see your no. I get a ton of no's every day, like everybody else. I get a ton of rejection. It's just not in my face. That's all.
Right.
And it's really the only secret to winning in this game too. You got to get a lot of rejections, but if you position yourself in a place where it's in your face, you're human, and you're going to get tired of hearing rejection at the time. So we use automation, we use technology to blast out information, and the people that will bite will bite. When they bite, you make money. Okay, but because it's set up in a way that they become their own network, they put money in your pocket for, I mean, you're going to see once you're coming inside, there's a lot more money on the third pillar than you can possibly imagine. And all you have to do is sit in your house with your laptop and make this happen. Okay? That's all you ever have to do. Just build your network and make it happen. All right? Yeah, I was going to go through, before I hang up with you, I want to go through, you say, I'm interested in your program. I only issue, I quit my job in February. So you quit your job in February.
Yeah.
You did. Do you have any source of income right now?
None at all.
Wow. All right.
Right.
Um, I don't know how much you have in savings or anything like that, but if I were you, if I could still keep a job, I would do that. That's one of the mistakes that a lot of people make. I went full time in October 2006. However, if I was to do it all over, I don't regret anything, but if I was to do it all over again, I would probably still keep a job for another 5 years after that, because I don't like the idea of trying to build a business and looking over my shoulder for bills.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
Yeah.
entrepreneurship. You need your brain. You need to be able to think straight most of the time, because you will make wrong decisions if you can't think straight because of bills, right?
Yeah.
So if that's still doable for you to, because this business takes you, what I'm about to teach you right now, three pillars, will take you 90 minutes tops per day to run this business. If you run this consistently at 90 minutes per day, consistently, which is basically you putting your content online and posting the stuff you need to post, um, 6 months to a year, you go full time. But if you make mistakes and you make random, sporadic decisions along the way, every time you do that, that shoots you backwards by 6 months. You know, every time a guru try to sell you something that will work a little faster and you jump on that before you come back again,
Yeah.
you just lost time. And there's always going to be a guru trying to sell you something, you know?
I'm starting to see it. Like everywhere you go,
Yeah.
nothing is free. Just a little
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. 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 You're going to see that. So if I could, I'll, if I, just my word of advice, if you can secure some kind of small income so you make sure bills are covered. That way, even when you start bringing in your first sale here, you're not taking that and going to pay PSC&G or power companies already, right? I would
Yeah.
do that and separate that until I make sure that income is completely replaced. And then it's replaced in a systematic way, meaning you know every month that income comes in. That's when I would do that. So that's just my word of advice for you. Uh, you said you took out personal loans, maxed out credit cards,
Yeah.
at least 30K. So you use credit cards for all those programs, basically.
Yeah.
As you can see, I am frustrated. You know, when you're frustrated, that's a good thing. Did you know
Yes.
that? Yeah, when you're confused, it's time to learn something new. That's what that means.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So don't worry about that. It's normal if you're frustrated. Okay.
Yeah.
Patient understand that nothing happens overnight. That's true. Okay. But there's also the wholesaler. I want to be clear that the wholesaler, the old school way, the one you have right next to you over there, will take you years. On an
Yeah.
average, you will not close a deal and you get frustrated out of the business and you will resent yourself. And we don't want that. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's not, because it doesn't happen overnight, stay on the wrong strategy. Okay. Um, However, at the moment, at the money invested, I shouldn't still be so confused, especially on small things like knowing what a deal looks like. Now, you don't know what a deal looks like?
No, like I kind of got a slight idea of, trying to find the after repair value and subtracting what the GIP is and the REC, the little things, but I'm not quite sure if I'm doing it in the right order, or because everybody keeps changing up the dynamic.
The
So it's like
terminologies,
one
right?
person keeps giving me the equation wholesaler and one for a flipper. It's like, but I just told you I'm trying to make money like right now. So what are you talking about?
Because because the gurus keep complicating everything. They create
Yeah.
all these terminologies that's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to make them look a little fancier, but it just complicates things for you. But unfortunately, consumers are not helping themselves too. They believe more in things that sound sophisticated more than people that keep it simple for them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? A
Mm-hmm.
deal is very simple, okay? You find a house and you have the person who wants to sell it. The person, for the very reason that this house is trouble for them, is a liability for them. They want to sell it cheap, okay? The same reason why you take your useless clothes to a charity company where they buy it for $1 each when you actually
Yeah.
paid $20 for them, right? They buy it
Mm-hmm.
for $1 each because you're just trying to get rid of it. It's a liability for you. It's basically litter in your house, right? There's a lot of people out there that has houses on their books, on their financial books, that house is a liability for them and they need to get rid of it. One reason why that may happen is because they're facing divorce. They can't afford to hold on to the house. They inherited the house. They don't really want the house. There's an old house with panels on the wall. They don't want the house. Probate, right?
Yeah.
You have a pre-foreclosure. Well, I'm owing too much money on this house. I need to get rid of it, right? I don't
Yeah.
care how much. I don't want any money. Just get rid of this house, right? So you find such a house, the ARV is after repair value. If
Mhm.
this house was fixed and is perfect, how much is it worth in the market? It's worth $100,000. Awesome. I can only pay you $65,000 for it. Wait, it needs some work, $15,000 worth of work? Oh, great. I need to take that out of the $65,000. I can only pay you $50,000 for the house.
Mhm.
That's a deal. Okay. However, sometimes, okay, in my experience, uh, finding a house that you pay 65 cents on the dollar minus repair cost can take a while. It may take a while, you know. There are some houses that will be 70 cents, that will be 80 cents, but you can still make a deal out of it. Well, you can make a deal out of it, especially if you have a list of people that are not necessarily guru investors,
Yeah.
but they just want a discounted property,
Mhm.
right? But because you have a list, you send that to your list anyway. Like, listen, I can't buy it myself, but I'll see if somebody is in my network that will be interested.
Mhm.
But you're gonna give me an option to buy it. It's the same thing, basically, it's a contract, right? Put it under contract for 80, but you say it's subject to partners agreement, right? You go to
Mhm.
your list, you send that, I have this house, it's $80,000. It needs a $5,000 worth of work. Now you're not obligated to buy it because you already told the person that your partners have to agree to it, AKA people in your network, right? You send that to your ever growing, perpetually growing list, right? And then somebody say, yes, I'm interested, right? Oh, you know what? I have a buyer because there are wholesalers on your list, right? I have a
Mhm.
buyer who will be interested in that because you have that network. A wholesaler on your list is a lot more powerful than a mainstream person that's not into real estate because that wholesaler is trying to build their own business too and they have a bigger network under them too, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot more of a powerful person on your network. And then you share that. So basically, I just told you 65% ARV minus repair cost is a deal. However,
Mhm.
that's the dream deal. It doesn't happen like that all the time. But if you're
Yeah.
actively pushing houses that are 80 cents, you're going to be lucky. You're going to find houses that are 40 cents on the dollar because you created the luck, because you're active in the business.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's what a deal is. A deal can vary and depend on what state you're in. It depends. A deal for a $10 million home is a little bit different from a deal for a $100,000 home.
Yeah.
But a deal is basically what somebody will say, you know what? That house right there, I like that deal. I want to buy it. And that definition for everybody is a little bit different. That's why 65% ARV is not an end all be all. It will vary for people. So, in my opinion, a deal can be created out of thin air when you know how to build your own media house, your list, your network, your empire, right? McDonald's is in the business of real estate, a media house, because they don't put them on a dead end road. They put them where there's high traffic. They're in the business of people, not burgers. That's
Yeah.
why they keep changing the dollar menu all the time because it's not about burgers. It's about the people,
Mhm.
right? So, and
Yeah.
that's the same idea that you're applying to your business now. So don't worry about you don't recognize deals anymore. Okay. We're changing the definition of that to you understand you by the way you were doing that already. You were doing a good thing already. You didn't understand, but you started marketing already.
Yeah.
But because you get it that there's no such thing as a business if you don't start getting calls,
Mhm.
right? Once you get a call and you don't understand what the hell they're asking for, say, let me get back to you. You could literally say, let me get back to you. Now you have the phone number. You call somebody in the network and say, I got this person calling, they're good to go. I think they want to get rid of a house. You don't need to know what number is going to be good. Just need somebody in the network that knows. You join venture, you make the deal happen. Okay? So as a matter of fact, I'm going to declare right now, there's no such thing as deals if you don't have a network, if you don't have people, if you don't have the right mastermind team around you to make deals happen, there's no such thing as deals. So you're in the right place already. You were taking the right first step already, but we're taking that a step further because you're going to use the internet to build this massive network and a team around you to make deals happen. That's what you call being a boss. by being able to facilitate a bunch of people together to make deals happen. It's not the deal that makes it a deal. It's the fact that the people that know what you have a team of people that know what they're doing, right? That's what
Yeah.
makes it a deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So don't worry about too much technicalities on what a deal is. We're just taking it a step further here too. Let's see. However, the blah blah blah. I'm trying to if I understand you. Okay, so I was confused, especially on a small thing as a deal. Okay, I understand that you are a businessman, just providing for you and your family. I mean, it's real. It's real out here. You know, to be honest with you, I forgot, just so you know, I forgot my kids at the bus stop. Uh, All right. So if I was all about me and my family, maybe I wouldn't forget my kids at the bus. So you look at the time, it's 3:30. So I was talking to you and I forgot that. So that's why I told you as soon as that thing shut off, then I remember and then I ran out and then you were seeing the wall by itself. You were seeing just my picture, right? But it's true that the gurus have to do that, and you have to have that at the back of your mind. So typically, for me to spend this kind of time with one person, it's typically because I feel like I'm in a good mood, like I could create some good content out of this, just like this video, right? And but usually not. It's usually not worth my time because I could talk to 200 people at the same time instead of
Yeah.
talking to one person, right?
Right.
So, but rightfully so, the gurus like Robert Kiyosaki is a multi-million-dollar guy. He's not going to be talking to you because of 15 grand. He doesn't need your 15 grand. He has licensed that name to other companies to give you that training. He didn't even create the training.
Yep.
That's called leverage. Okay. So when I say I license my digital product so you can go use it to make money before you close deals, same thing. Okay. Same thing. Because again, the more value you add to this marketplace, the more money you're going to get to make. Point blank, period. How you had the value is not relevant. Okay, so you're in your best position where you minimize your cost of adding value, right? So if I try to spread this word to the whole world by myself, my cost is going to increase. Now I have to fly around the world. But if I give you that leverage, give you that value, and I say, hey, go add that value to everybody else out there, right? I'm adding more value and I get to make more money for doing that. But even better, I get to show you how to do that so you can create even bigger network as well too. Okay. So you're kind of right, but not really, because I forgot my kids at the bus stop. All right.
No, I just meant like, I'm just saying like, if you were me and you were in my situation,
Right.
like, would you really give your last? Like, it's just like strike three. Like, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I know you're a businessman. Of course, you're not
Mhm.
gonna be like, oh no, I would wait to buy my businesses because don't worry about giving me the money now. I'm just like,
Right.
look,
Right. I hear
save it
you.
for
Com-
food or
completely understand. So you
yeah.
said, but if I am to trust you with this small investment, what are the real expectations for ROI? How soon can we get started? Should I make preparations to give my car or file bankruptcy to forfeit everything that I've worked so hard for? This is how dedicated I am to becoming a free one. So the way this works is I give you, because you're going to be doing the same thing. So I want you to be able to make a case for somebody asking you this question in the future, right? The way this works is like I dedicated my life to giving you free content on YouTube for free for a long time. My track record speaks for itself. There's 470 plus videos on YouTube already on my channel
Okay.
for free, right? So already your investment is already
Yeah.
as low as it can get, just for subscribing to my channel for free, right? Now you want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
You want to take this home in the form of a PDF, digital PDF. You want to download this in your computer. Just give me your email address. That's all. Give me your email address, right? On that page that I gave you
Yeah.
earlier, right? Which basically you can replicate the same thing. No investment, email address. I know, I get it. Some people treat their email address like it's a social security number. I get it, right? but but that's the investment. If not, you can't have the book. I'm sorry, you can't. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
deal. All right, great. Give me your email address. You're now subscribed to my list, and you have a 200 pages book of knowledge. My whole life, marketing. You now have it. It's called Empire Lifestyle Secret. Oh, you know what? I licensed it. I can give it to you. I licensed it for 47 bucks. I can give it to you, right? You could take it for free, but I get to build my list. That's why I licensed it, right? And basically you give that information away, information that if I put it on Amazon.com, I'll command easily 10 bucks for each Kindle download if I want to, right? But I'm giving you, yes, I'm trying to do my business the old-fashioned way. I'm basically trying to get your trust. That's all. You read a few paragraphs, you will trust me by default because it makes sense to you that you've been struggling with bandit signs and driving for dollars, right? And you've been struggling with what's the other two? Direct mailing. You're wasting money, dear money, on direct mailing, right? And what's the fourth one? I'm trying to think of. Knocking on doors. You're knocking on doors when family members don't even want family members to come over unless they call first.
Yes.
And you know it's not working. But you know what? It makes sense to you that it's not working, right? I'm going to teach you something better. Just get this book, give me your email address. Okay, you know what? You like the idea of 3 pillars? You like it, right? Because I shared the idea with you. It's in the book. It's a whole chapter in the book. You like it? Well, you could go set it up by yourself for $25,000. Or you could just come on into the 3 pillars and set yours up. It's 47 bucks. Oh, you don't want to do that? You want to go spend 25? Sure. Value for value. Capitalism society, very, very simple. You get to build your network. You get to build your network of wholesalers. You get to do a lot more business because you have a network. And you know what? This makes sense because all the gurus are doing exactly this. Yeah, they tell me to go drive for dollars, but they're actually, anytime they drive for dollars, they have a camera following them. so they can record a video for YouTube, right?
The things you don't see until it's too late. Like, good
Ola, you make sense. I'll give you $47. Oh, you know what? I'm on the 3rd pillar. I can go learn how to drive traffic for free myself and just slap posts all over the place. Or I can do what you're doing, Ola, which is basically optimizing videos, running pay-per-click advertising. It's a 6 weeks masterclass. Oh, you know what? Let me just pay $5,000 for that. Oh, you know what? Let me pay $97 per month for that. It's, you know what? I don't want to pay $97 per month for that. I just want to pay a whole lifetime and forget about $97 per month. These are the kind of things you see in there. Bottom line is that anyone, even a crackhead in America, can come in and not invest their life savings, right? And they make money as they're building their network, which allows them to close more deals. Okay? It's very simple. Very simple. So that's to answer your question. That's to also train you to answer other people that may have that question. You know, the truth is that a lot of people will lose their life savings in the other gurus like Robert Kiyosaki and stuff like that. That's the truth, you know. But we don't have to do that anymore because we're in the technology age. We don't have to do that. And you can build a massive network and you can close $250,000 homes and pocket $25,000 all day long because you have a list and a network to facilitate deals, not just for you, but even a joint venture with other people. Because you have a list, because you understand this is a business of people and it's not about the real estate. Here's another reason why I always tell people, you can't make this about real estate. The first thing that people stop buying when the recession hits is real estate. But they don't stop paying for it. They just rent. If you are in the business of people, you will shift your attention to where the attention of the people are, and then you continue to make money. But if you're stuck on the idea of, I just need to flip the next deal, no deals are going to be flipped for the next 2 years when there's recession. And now your family is going to go hunger strike. So you're in the business of people. That's really the key thing here. Let's see here. This is how dedicated I am to becoming a free woman. I'm willing to sacrifice everything last 10 years because I refuse to continue on as a sheep. Thanks for taking the time and reading my events. Would you sign up with your business if you were in my shoes?
That sounds super personal.
I know. It's okay. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Have you seen the video that's selling the 3 pillars? I've been through this myself. You know, have you seen the video? The one that's selling the three pillars?
um,
Well, you're gonna get to watch it after now because I'm gonna send you the
I've
link
only
right now.
seen your. Okay, well, I've really only seen your the emails you've been sending me,
Okay.
and I downloaded the book, and of course there's Facebook, and then now the WhatsApp. Like that's
Have I
all I
have
know. I
I
didn't
have I
even
have I tried to collect $47 from you yet?
yeah,
Okay, yeah. That video, right?
yeah,
Yeah. If you listen to that video, watch it again. I've been through that exactly. Worse. Built all the way to the top, crashed in 2008.
mm-hmm.
All right. So if you haven't felt that, I can't have much empathy for you. That you paid 30, 40, 10 grand. I can't have much
Yeah,
empathy for you until you've built a business to the top and boom, crash. And when I say crash, it's not just because you lost your income. It's because the whole market is in chaos. You know, it's a very bad place to be, you know. So being able to build from that again and still stay full time, it's a big deal, you know. And also as far as struggle in the beginning too, I struggled just like you too. I paid $3,000 that I didn't have. I was a student, you know,
mm-hmm.
and basically I only got one tip out of the course. And the tip was to join a local association. Everything else was basically crap. And it was again, somebody is supposed to call me and talk to me and walk me through. Eventually, it was just an email support. It takes them 24 hours to answer my email. And basically, the answer is copy paste answers, you know? So, and this business is not just a science, there's a heart and a science. Sometimes it's a unique situation for every individual, which is again why you need a network and a team. Because sometimes it takes going back and forth to figure out the solution to a problem. So
Yes,
you can have a guy in Philippines answering email, right? Because somebody paid 10 grand for coaching, right? It's not gonna
yeah,
work. You know, you basically just, I won't say lost money, but that's what you pay for. you know,
yeah.
you know.
That's
So unless you quit, you didn't lose any money. Just so you know, okay. All of that's gonna pay off. All the money you've ever spent in this business will pay off,
yeah.
unless you quit. If you quit, yes, you lost money. Okay, so if you don't quit, it's a very lucrative business. You're gonna make all your money plus more back, and this is all part of your story that's gonna allow you to even do more business. Okay, so that's that basically. All right. Everything I've shared with you so far, don't try to memorize it. It's all broken down simply into the three pillars. You can watch those videos as many times as you want, and of course, you can ask questions in the group anytime in the WhatsApp group, and
Mhm.
and that's that. Very simply.
Okay.
Good. That was an
Yeah.
interesting email you sent me, though.
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to come off like it was a personal hit towards you, but I was
No, no,
like,
no, no. I didn't take it.
basically,
If I
I'm
took
just
it
saying,
that
like,
way,
I'm really interested, but just good grief, don't just don't just be selling me something else, and I can't, like,
yeah.
like grief.
If I took it that way, I wouldn't respond at all. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I wouldn't respond. To be honest with you, it just depends on the mood I'm in. It's either I don't respond or I offer to spend time with you for free. There's somebody that actually exited the group, and the person I typically don't answer the person on. I don't, you know. I typically, let's see, Shawash can't seem to join. I tried. What's the error? The error. Yeah. So the person, basically, if somebody doesn't want to join or they exit the group. If they just exit the group without asking questions like you did, they made up their mind, right? If somebody have made up their mind,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make up their mind backwards, because remember, I have choices. I understand traffic.
Right.
I understand traffic. I have at least about 25 other people to talk to in there, So unless I want to make content out of it, you know, I may want to create content. I may be in the mood to create a video out of it. I may offer them, hey, let's spend some time together. But I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. There's if I have to sell you too hard on this, you're not gonna last.
Nah.
You're not gonna last either, So I don't try to sell people. I get people to sell themselves because it makes sense to them. We're really in the we all have power of choices thanks to Google and Facebook, So hard selling people doesn't work. If it worked, it won't last long term, So you give people information to make an informed decision, and then they say yes or no. So that's why it's very important that you have a third pillar, which is traffic, because people have the power of choices. If you don't have traffic, then you resort back to hard selling people, right? Like trying to force people to buy from you, right?
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with them, and then you're trying to force them, and you're trying to force attraction, and then what you're going to do is you're going to repel them. You're going to chase them away more, if anything, if you make any good out of that. So we'll give them information, we'll be the best we can be for them, and then they make a decision. Not everyone is going to buy into this. That's 100% for sure. But we don't need everyone to buy into this because we have traffic. Get it? We get traffic, and we can command traffic. I can command 100 clicks to any page I want, anytime I want. And that's the skills you learn when you have a third pillar. All right. That's it. I got about 1 more minute if you want to use it.
Well, I just want to say thanks for spending your time with me and reassuring me.
Sure. Let's get going. Welcome aboard already. And let's get you going. And if you have any questions, throw them in the group. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be a fun ride because I'm very engaging in there.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I'm going to right now.
All right, cool. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Bye now. Attention real estate wholesalers. No one, and I repeat, no one is sharing any real strategies. They all teach stuff that doesn't work, such as driving for dollars, knocking on doors, posting fake listings on Craigslist. Total waste of your time. Inside my Empire Lifestyle Secret, you will discover 7 marketing ideas to get deals chasing you. These are better ways, and you can have access in about 30 seconds. Click the link in the description box below, or you can go to www.myempirepro.com/freebook to have instant access. Okay, let's go. Just click right now.